Hi, family. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. I'm just smiling because I'm about to say something which applies to me first. I would just want to start this evening show to say enough is enough. We've watched the world reward greed, tolerate injustice, and normalize dysfunction for far, far, far too long, right? So I just wanted to say enough it is enough to myself because I came 10 minutes late, but I do apologize. I was busy somewhere and just came in right now. Thought that it's always better to be late than never. So thank you guys. And once again, enough is enough, right? So we, again, for the many centuries upon centuries, what has been happening, we'll sit and watch the world reward all the greed, tolerate injustice, and normalize all the dysfunction for all of these years. But we are not just here today to rant, especially those who know what we do here. If you are visiting for the first time, then don't go sit here. Let's have this discussion together, right? So we're here to rise. Welcome to today's show. And this is inspired by O News, as we also from our OES, where we ask, by we here, I mean our business, our CEO, Mr. Mufare, what if we could rebuild from the ground up? And how do we build from the ground up faster, better, and even more ethical, which is very, very important. So this is not just about creating wealth, because according to Ash Mufare, those are definitely his words, because we know that those are the types of things that he believes in. That is what he thinks. Ash says it's not about attracting wealth. It's, because wealth already exists. So what we're doing now is just about attracting the wealth. And how are we doing this? We're doing it together. We're doing it on purpose, and above all, most importantly, with integrity. So I would just like you guys to get to work. Let's discuss this topic together. Let's chat. Just drop your comment in the comment section what you think so far. So I just want to know from you, what are you personally fed up with in today's systems? Be it businesses, education, healthcare, government. We know that so much is happening, right? We can make a long list. We can go on and on and on and on. The good news is we are here now saying enough is enough, because we know that somebody is working his life on solution. We'll finally find that missing spice ingredient, that's missing spice of life that has not been there, has been absent for the ages upon ages upon ages. Today comes Mr. Mufare, who says enough is enough. We are here to just go extract the wealth that is already existing. And if you know Mr. Mufare, he believes that there is enough wealth, there are enough resources, there's enough solution to cater for every basic need, right? So we can think about broken systems and gatekeepers in tech, in finance, and education. Inequality, despite the progress in the world, there's still inequality, there's still discrimination, there's still gender discrimination, and all of those things which we know. We cannot go into detail, but we know. Let's just drop some comments. Lack of ethics in wealth generation. We know how people would want to rob Peter to pay Paul. They would want to either lie, they would want to climb on the wall just to get it the wrong way and stuff like that. But then what we have at hand here, what we are waiting for, is totally different. So why this movement matters to us? Why does it matter? Because we're not here to create wealth. Wealth already exists again. So what we're building here is a better, a faster, and more ethical way to attract it together. So better, when you say it's better, this is because it is inclusive, right? And it is inclusive and it's people first. So Ash thinks about any and everybody. So by people to Ash, because before now, when you were talking about wealth, the word people defines only a particular group of people. But people to Mr. Mufare means my auntie from down the village, the other auntie from down the village in Papua New Guinea, the other one down the village in Bangladesh, and down the other side of Australia, and so on. The people who thought they were a nobody, because in this world there are people think they would consider them as nobodies just because they don't have. They are not social level where you are. But Ash says no. Life is not about climbing the ladder and stuff like that. It's just about being on that level platform, and he is doing it the best way for all, which is inclusive and people first. And when Ash says he's doing it faster, it's not like to say he's building a get rich quick scheme for us. It is because he is building everything with new tools. He is using artificial intelligence, automation, and the smart systems. So everything from the roots upwards is state of the art. It's beautiful. It's new. It's solving problems, solution oriented. It's value oriented. It places people at the forefront. It has people at the back of the mind when they are doing anything. Say, consider this person and that person and this person, so that nobody is left out, be it because of the conditions of their life or their social or their health situation or whatever at all. Everybody is included, everybody is considered, every need is being catered for, right? When we think about it as a more ethical situation here, what Mr. Mufara is doing is because there's no exploitation. That is something that Ash is gutted about. He doesn't want to think about it because sometimes we've seen amongst us, sometimes people take shortcuts to do wrong stuff and do unethical stuff. But Ash is like, no, stop it right there. This is what we are fighting. Remember his mantra. This is the correction to the corruption. It has not started. It's all about ethics. It's about doing things right. It's about stopping the exploitation, the cheating, the shortcuts that people have been using before now to make money. So even people go as far as stepping on other people's shoulders to get to the top. That is what Mr. Mufara says. No, there is only a level land, one level platform for everybody. So before I go ahead again, let me have a quick look. Hello once again, thank you for joining. I hope everybody can hear me. So I would like to see, let's just discuss, what did you get from the O News 6 that we just had? I think it was yesterday. So let's discuss, guys. Don't just leave it with me, because it gets more meaning when we get it done from an interactive perspective. So like as I was saying, everything that I'm saying, does it actually resonate with you in your line of work or whatever you're doing, whether you're in IT, you're in healthcare, in education, or you're running a small business? All of these things, the evil things, the wrong things that have been happening, unethical stuff, they've been happening in all walks of life, in all industries and everything like that. So those are things we see every day. And of course, Ash has come today, and together we hold hands together like a team, like the big network that we are, to stand against this. And definitely it is going to happen, because Ash is fighting it with the resources, with the right tools, and then at a cheap, as a low, not cheap is not a good word, as the most affordable price, making it accessible to everybody. I think that's the best way of erasing the one that we have been accepting for so long, which was actually unacceptable. So if you could build something new in your industry, I don't know, what would you do differently from the ground up? Like, we know what Ash is already doing, the automation, the IT, all of those things. So what would you do differently? That is the reason actually for this discussion, because we try to discuss things that are thought-provoking. Why are we discussing this? Is it for us to learn something from it? Is it for us to share some particular information that will help us, personal development in any one way or the other? Is it for us for mindset reset and stuff like that? So there's so much when we want to look at what our CEO is doing and trying to comment on it. It's not just for entertaining ourselves, but then to make things better. So just think about maybe an educator wanting to teach kids real life digital skills, or a small business owner building without debt. Think about a software developer working on maybe open source ethical AI. Those are things that people think they are impossible, but then it is possible to do these things and do them right. It's just that people choose to do it the wrong way, either because for selfish reasons, or because they want to finish quickly and get rich quick, and before you know it, it collapses or it disappears overnight and stuff like that. but then Ash is doing it the other way. This is what Ash is good at doing. This is what he is modeling. His model is quite unique. It's different. It's not about joining another trend. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about trends. We said we don't chase trends. We just go for quality. We just go for value, and then we present it to people. So it is about co-creating a future, where integrity leads, and of course, with wealth follows. We've made a long list of things. When you put people first, wealth follows. When you build networks, wealth follows. When you put integrity first, wealth follows. When you put respect, mutual respect and love first, wealth follows. When you bring value, when you bring solutions and those things, of course, the reward would always be wealth. But when you are wealth oriented, when you're transactional instead of transformational, your leadership is null, then it's only heading downwards. So kudos to Mr. Mufara, whatever he is doing. We just know that it is definitely going to be the best, So maybe share a personal story, just share something if you can, or just say what, say something. Why we need to share is because we are not sharing because you want to entertain me. I learned a lot too, because reading through the comments, there's so many, sometimes I read and just not because so much is coming. And especially that people who are also coming to find this for the first time, they'll get a lot of information from both yourself and of course myself. So what finally made you say, I'm fed up? So much has taken place. Ever since I knew Mr. Mufara, I've chosen and I've made a very difficult decision. I think I call it a difficult one, which I know definitely is going to get there. I've never wanted to work for anybody anymore. Ever since I knew Ash, I got to know this movement, join this movement, know and learn a lot of stuff. I just think that I want to be a boss of my own. I'm not there yet, but I'll definitely get there as soon as possible, So, yeah. I just thought that we should have this quick, tiny chat because things like this, we just have to keep it going. We just have to keep the momentum. And of course, knowing that things are cooking up for us, So we've already seen too much wrong. We're not just maybe complaining. We're talking about what we have experienced throughout our life. So we're now building together, from the ground up. It's time to just shift from chasing wealth to attracting it with purpose, because you chase something that you don't have, but it's already there. Attracting it is more, gentle, and it takes time, and it makes it quite, maybe more. That's when you see the value of it all. Yeah, chasing it sounds like trying to get it in a rush or getting it the wrong way just because you want to get there really quick. So slowly but steadily, we are getting to that point where, of course, things will change and never be the same again. So if you're ready to be part of maybe something better, not just faster, not just smarter, but more ethical, then you are in the right place, guys, especially those who have never been here or those who were here a long time ago and then they disappeared, gradually coming back. If you are new, whether watching me live now or later on, just say, I'm in. When you say I'm in, all of us who are here, either myself or my dear family that are watching out there, we'd like to see people who say I'm in. Then there are people who just want to help in any one way or the other to have an understanding of what it's all about. And of course, get to join the movement and we move on together. So you are actually in the right place right now. And if you are ready to build, you are ready to go with us, it's all yours. So you want to maybe share this with someone or invite somebody if it makes sense to you. Let's always meet. Let's meet again and again and again and again. Let's just do what we need to do and give Mr. Mufara the time to do what he is equally doing, which is going to be just the best. Same mission until the world feels the shift and it's coming, it's on the way. It's going to be boom, boom, boom. We're going to be really, really happy. There's going to be celebration. And of course, we are rolling up our sleeves because it's going to be job time. We celebrate while we go to the fields and make changes and of course, put smiles on people's faces. Thank you guys. I thought that we should just have a quick one this evening. I love you all so much. I appreciate you all for always showing up. Let's do this together because together we're not just changing our lives. We are changing the standard we're changing a lot of things. Thank you guys and see you soon. Bye.